So the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some blush to Catherine, and in terms of the blush colors, we are sticking more with the rosy tone of family, so I'm just grabbing the blush. And the colors that I'm using are the Petunia Duo, which is a really nice light pink duo with a bit of a darker pink. So for daytime I do try to apply primarily the lighter side, and I am going to be using my powder brush because it diffuses the mineral pigments most effectively. So we are applying it to the beautiful apples of Catherine's cheeks, and we are focusing primarily on the upper 2/3 of the apple of her cheek again to give her a really nice lifting, bright-eyed effect, and then diffusing up and out. And you can see with the mineral blushes, I'll just get out of the light there, is that they do give you a really nice subtle flushing effect when applied properly, but they do have a lot of pigment in them, so you can end up over applying your brush very easily if you're not using the correct technique. And I find that using the bigger brush, you can see that it just matches very well with the size of Catherine's cheekbone, so that you end up with a really nice subtle diffusion of color as opposed to a solid stripe of color, which is very dated. And if you're really afraid of your blush tones and you feel like all you get is a solid color which looks too heavy on you, you can apply your blush before you do the mineral foundation all over, and that'll give you a soft glow from within kind of look. So if you're a little worried about having your blush look too heavy, apply that first after your concealer, and then apply your mineral foundation. You can get a really nice glow from within sort of look. I'm going to base your lid all over with a color called Bamboo. And again, you can see I'm pressing it into the lid. Bamboo is a really nice neutral. It has a bit of a beige undertone, a little bit cool. It's really, really nice on virtually everyone. It gives you a really nice smooth base to apply any of your other color shadows with. So I'm applying this right on the lash line, all the way up to the brow bone, and then in the inner corner as well. So the cream eyeliner color that I'm going to apply to Catherine is called Espresso, and it's a really nice brown color, and you can see that I'm working it right into the lash line with this chisel shaped brush, and I'm kind of wiggling it into the lash line as opposed to dragging side to side. A lot of people find that to apply cream eyeliner it takes a little bit of practice, but once you get it down it's really easy and it gives you a nice workable finish. You can build it up. Sometimes I even like to use cream eyeliner to base a nice smoky eye look. But you can use the shape and the width of your brush to build up your line. Work a little bit like connect the dots. So you can apply it right into the lash line, and then you can see that's the width of the brush there. So I flip it and then I'm applying it another brush width over. And I find wiggling really makes it deposit onto the area that you're working on. And you really want to try and get as close to the lashes as possible, because sometimes if you work too far you get a little gap of skin, which is really visible when you open your eyes, so you want to try and get right in there. This cream eyeliner works to give you a more defined look to your lash line. So you can see that we've really just gotten it right in there. And I like the espresso color because it really pops the blue of Catherine's eyes. So for daytime, we definitely don't want to go too extreme with the eyeliner. We are going to apply some eyeshadow over top. One, to give it more staying power, and two, just to give us a little bit more presence to the area. Chrome is a really nice matte brown color. And I am going to do a little bit of highlighting for you. So for Catherine especially, because she has really nice deep set eyes, I'm going to apply a little bit of our diamond shadow right into the inner corner, which is really going to help brighten up that area. It has a little bit of pearlescence, so it's really going to pick up and scatter the light in that area and make you look a little bit more wide-eyed. And then although she does have really nice brow bones, we are just going to play them up a little bit with a little bit more of the shadow. Now, an important thing for Catherine especially is that we want to define her eyebrows. Eyebrows do give you the nice presence to your eyes, and they really do frame your face, so they really help your expressions look stronger. So we are going to apply some shadow into her brows. The color I'm using is called Twig. It's a really nice medium tone brown. I am using a really small brush that has an angled tip. I don't know if you can see that. And we're going to actually apply it everywhere throughout her brow. It's important to make sure that you touch throughout the brow as opposed to just filling in where you have holes, because the perception of holes changes depending on where somebody is viewing you. So someone might be able to see a hole in the brow at whatever angle. So it's important just to put a little bit throughout, and then particularly for Catherine, we really just want to give her a nice presence to frame her eye. And I'm using short hair-like strokes following the growth pattern of her brows just to fill it in. You really don't want to pull your brow too far down because it'll really bring your eye down. So you want to make sure you're not overextending your brows way too much if you're trying to give yourself a nice fresh face look. I'm just going to use a brow brush to comb the color through. It really helps soften the edges and makes it look smooth. You don't want really harsh painted on or drawn on eyebrows. And one thing that's important to remember if you're filling in your brows is try not to be overly precise about it or a perfectionist about it, because one little thing that I try to remember is to think of your eyebrows as siblings and not twins. So sometimes people are very upset about their eyebrows not being perfectly symmetrical. A little bit of asymmetry is much truer to life than perfect symmetry, because then they'll look quite artificial. So don't be too upset if they're not exactly symmetrical. Going to apply the lip liner firstly directly to the edge of her lip line. Now Catherine has really nicely defined lips. Doing this little bit of lip line does help to create a bit of a dam so that your lipstick doesn't bleed around your mouth. And again, short feathery strokes. We're really not exaggerating Catherine's lip line. But what I'm going to do is actually apply a little bit more lip liner towards the center of her mouth, which is going to disguise the actual lip line. So it's going to blend in with her lipstick, and it actually makes it so that the lip line fade out is very even, as opposed to being just a liner left once you've worn off your lipstick. So this is our simple daytime look, and now we're going to build it into nighttime.